Hi, welcome to Fictional Narrative. My name is Neri, and today is our first Cozy Saturday. Cozy Saturday is the name of a new series where I review the cozy mysteries that I read for the week. And they're all going to be new to me, so I'm going to let you know what my takes are on them because there are so many cozy mysteries and so many different niches and angle even within that subgenre to explore, so we can explore them together. Today we're talking about two cozy mysteries. Today we're talking about two cozy mysteries, Secondhand Spirits by Juliet Blackwell, and Flowers and Foul Play by Amanda Flower. There's a lot of alliteration here. Sometimes I mix the words up. Okay. So the book that I read from both of these series are the first book. I just want to specify that because I understand that with cozy mysteries, you're able to pick up in the series from literally any book. That is a really, really great benefit of it. But I started with the first books of these series, and I'm going to start by reviewing Secondhand Spirits first because I feel like as an introductory book, it definitely grasped me more between these two. So Secondhand Spirits by Juliet Blackwell is about a witch who is in the broom closet, so to speak, named Lily Ivory, if that is not a very, very YA name. But she moves to San Francisco, not exactly a small town, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to have small town vibes. So, kind of a big city, San Francisco. She opens a secondhand, like, I wouldn't say so much thrift, more like vintage secondhand clothing store. And I think her being in the broom closet is kind of cute, but at the same time, when you're not in a smaller place where people are knowledgeable about certain things, you could probably get away with, oh yeah, I'm not a witch. It's just like little superstitions. But the friends that she makes in these towns catch on really quick that she's a witch. But the problem is there's a little witchy gatekeeping, I feel like, because she often compares her magic to magic of others. And she's like, well, mine is different. Yours is different. And yes, she is a powerful witch, but sometimes she kind of chalks up other witchcraft to like, okay, but you're not doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, she can also sense another really powerful being around her. So I think it also just goes hand in hand with the fact that she has a great amount of mystery around her. Even as we're introduced to her character and we follow her along, we get glimpses of her past. And even once the book is over, it's still shrouded in mystery. This is the kind of character that you unravel as you go along with the series, which I kind of hope, now that I think about it, it doesn't really hinder that you can pick up any book and you can read it. I don't think it should. There's always like a recap, but anyway. So our main character has a very, very mysterious past. And one day, a very handsome man walks into her store and gives her a goblin as a familiar. Now, the goblin familiar is not actually described. To me, it just feels like when you have your own world building power, I don't think something like that should absolutely be left unaddressed when we're talking about mythological creatures, because a lot of times when you delve into um, these like fantasy creatures, somehow, some way, somebody finds their way to anti-Semitism or something like that, right? So it's good in that sense to not assume that the reader or anybody is going to like automatically think of what a goblin is. But um, so the familiar eventually takes the form of a pig, which is the pig on the book covers, which is a really, really cute pig. The familiar does talk. Now, the person who gives the gift of the familiar to Lily is someone who knows her, but she doesn't really quite know him. He introduces himself as Aiden. She can feel that he is powerful, and she can feel like she's kind of attracted to him until he says, "I've worked with your father in the past." And then she's like, never mind. But that is definitely one quirk about her that I think is so funny. She definitely kind of has a weak spot for really attractive men. And it's not something that is really like, oh, I've fallen for this guy or something. It's really just like, ooh, he's cute. It's healthy. So, in the plot of The Secondhand Spirits, it takes on an urban legend. And, well, maybe not urban legend, maybe just legend, right? And our main character is faced with having to save children who have disappeared. The cast itself is very diverse, and I love that. I like when there is an exploration of culture done respectably. I like that as the story goes on, it gives the cozy feeling of, for the character, what it is to have a sense of community, which is something that she needs. And it's fun to see it in the sense of San Francisco is a big city. So again, I am kind of doing this without trying to get too spoilery, but feel free to let me know if you want some extra spoilers. What I can say is with a lot of cozy mystery, there is like, oh, we are finally presented with the love triangle. And on this one, I really appreciated that we weren't. I really appreciated that any kind of attraction that was presented in this book was pretty healthy and addressed in a healthy way. Some things that I didn't like about this book, I would definitely say, well, there was the goblin thing. Again, I could have just missed the description completely. I listened to the audiobook version of this, and to be honest, it's very slow. I just think that the tone was very serious for this role, and then on top of which it felt like very, very slow. The second thing is the resolution in the end with the magic, I thought was not as well thought out as the mystery itself. So you have the mystery of like what happens to the kids and then how to resolve it, but the resolution to make it all end is like a magic thing, but the magic thing is kind of resolved a little quicker than I would like. And I wonder if we look at like a writer's drawing board, maybe crafting one meant sacrificing a little bit for the other. But the mystery itself was really, really good. My thing with it, and the reason that when I read these two, I was like, I have to review these two together. With Cozy Mysteries, I have to admit, the mystery doesn't last that long. Like, if you think about Cozy Mysteries, if you've ever read a Cozy Mystery, maybe you're looking at a very small amount of time between death and resolution, right? Or mystery and resolution, let's say. Secondhand Spirits made me very, very aware and just kind of drew me out as a reader because I was thinking, this is like 3 days. This is like resolved in 3 days. And given the build-up of the mystery itself and the history of it, somehow I feel like it shouldn't have been resolved so quick. Even going through the book, even speeding up the narration, I feel like the pacing was just very, very quick. And it drew me out. Like, I was just so aware of it. It's like, oh, it took us all of 3 days to figure this out. Police force who? Now let's move on to our second book, Flowers and Foul Play by Amanda Flower. That is a lot of alliteration. It's a lot trickier than Secondhand Spirits for me to say. So this book does have some similarities with Secondhand Spirits in that, it does have to do with magic, but in this case it has to do with magic of the land and legends. Our main character, Fiona Knox, is American, but she travels all the way to Scotland to accept an inheritance from her godfather who has recently passed. Oh, but the setup. Oh my gosh, my little sadistic smile. I do love a good down on your luck, need a new start kind of setup, right? So Fiona is really and truly down in her luck. And I don't know that this is so much of a spoiler because you pretty much figure it out within like the first chapter because she tells you business, gone. Love life, gone. Godfather, gone. It's really sad. I mean, the last one, at least. But it's okay. Because she's got this new start, right? So she goes over to Scotland. Oh, a body. Gets you pretty quick. Yeah, this story gets the ball rolling. And then the detective comes out. And of course, the detective is hot, but he's also very aware that he's hot. And so for me, I'm just kind of over it. But she's not. Fiona loves it, and she loves that he is tall. He is over 6 foot tall. Okay, side tangent. Like, my experience dating someone who is 6 foot tall and over is that he did not really want to bend down to kiss me if we were both standing up. Mind you, I'm 4'11, so I'm very used to, like, I'm going to be in my platformiest platform shoes on my tippy toes and trying to meet you halfway. But it wasn't like that on the other side. When we broke up, I had to really rethink things, and one of those things was that I am human and not a pet dispenser. My neck is not meant to just... Yeah, it's still good. Okay. I mean, it could, but we shouldn't test the physics, right? Anyway, maybe just not for me dating-wise, but for her, she is very attractive to him. And every time she sees him, she cannot forget that she is attracted to him. Do I see the chemistry yet? A little bit, but it's really not the focus, and I do appreciate that. I like a slow burn, but this is just the first book, so how do I know if this burn is really slow, right? I think when it comes to cozy mysteries, Flowers and Foul Play kind of check the cozy mystery trope boxes for me versus Secondhand Spirits. But that's okay. Flowers and Foul Play. Oh, God. This title. Flowers and Foul Play was still, for me, rating was 4 out of 5. Both of these books have really great mystery setups. I don't quite grasp the magic systems yet in these, but that's okay. In Flowers and Foul Play, our mystery isn't so much with our main character as it is with legends of the land and lores and finding out how magic grows and discovering the past of her godfather's lineage. Because, I mean, I have my suspicions, but it doesn't seem like they're related at this point. And I say suspicions because our main character, Fiona, has a sister, and she didn't inherit anything. But it doesn't get answered in the first book because the first book is literally her first step. So I will be continuing this on my spare time, of course, because it seems like every week I'm exploring a new cozy mystery here on Cozy Saturday. So there's going to be a lot of new mysteries to go over. And if you've watched it this far, I will see you Tuesday for more book content. Or I will see you next Saturday for another Cozy Saturday. All right. If there are any book series that you might want me to look at, or if you've read any of these books and you want to challenge my review, do it. I am for it. Because maybe you all saw something that I didn't. And I would love to see it from your point of view as well. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.